Hey everybody, this is Perch, and news of a new Moon Knight title coming out. But it's not exactly. I like how the news articles are saying Jonathan Hickman, Chris Bachalo launch new Moon Knight title. No, I mean, sort of. That's kind of true. But let's get into the details of actually what is happening. 'Cause it's not exactly that. So Jonathan Hickman, who has stated that he always wanted to work with Chris Bachalo and has been looking for a good project for him, has landed on a story in an anthology series. So, not a new comic. It's, well, I mean, it is a new comic, but it's an anthology series. It's 4 issues, and it's launching in April. And it's called Moon Knight Black, White, and Blood because Marvel hates me. And so, sorry, I hate I hate the black, white, and red, black, white, and blood, black, white, and crazy, gold, blue, and purple, green, pink, and paisley. I don't like this at all. As an artist, I do really appreciate the idea of minimalist things and everything else, but to then use that as a gimmick for a book, I think drives me crazy. And I think there were some good artistic visions in Superman red, blue, and white, and some black was in there as well. And I mean, some good art comes out of it, but I feel it's more limiting than helpful. Regardless, sorry, rant over. I'm not a fan. But this April, we're getting a story in Moon Knight Black, White, and Blood #1 by, yes, Jonathan Hickman and Chris Bachalo, but also Mark Guggenheim and Jorge Fuentes, Maria Andole, and Dotun Akanda. I butchered the shit out of that name. I realize this. Anyway, they are all three will be doing stories. So the Hickman Bachalo combo is going to be, I don't know, 8 pages or so, 10 pages, I would assume, based on kind of what's there. This is not the next big thing for Jonathan Hickman, I think, by any stretch of the imagination. It's not that. But it is a story that he's doing with Chris Bachalo, who he wanted to work with, as a new Moon Knight title. Now, do we need a second Moon Knight title? Well, there is this Disney Plus show coming out, and the trailer dropped, and everybody lost their minds about it. Speaking of losing their minds, here's a little prediction. So Moon Knight is clearly going to deal with schizophrenia, obviously, because that's inherent to the character, and they're going to put that out there. But I guarantee you there's going to be complaining from different advocacy groups for mental health that are going to be all over this show and bitching about kind of its portrayal and kind of the assumptions that are made. You know that you're going to get some problematic portrayal of mental health plagues Disney's new Moon Knight series on Disney Plus stories out there. They're going to happen. Guaranteed, it's coming, and it's like you could write them right now. I'm sure people have already written them, but it's like problematic portrayal indicates stigma against mental health, and that's coming. And there will be some other people who are like, hey, did you notice he's running around in a white costume that looks sort of like a KKK costume? If you kind of close your eyes and forget what a KKK costume looks like, it kind of looks like that, because this is so now we're saying that mental health people are racist. I like that. Anyway, all this stuff is coming. But regardless, the trailer got some good response. Moon Knight is definitely somebody that they are trying to build up, obviously, as a character. So this is a 4-issue anthology, Moon Knight Black, White, and Blood. Should run sort of ish when the Disney Plus series is coming out. When is the Disney Plus series coming out? This is running in April, and presumably will be on a monthly schedule. So maybe there's a good chance that it will align slightly. I mean, it would be pretty comical if this thing comes out. Right now it's just listed for 2022. So I'm assuming they're lining it up. I'm assuming that we're not getting because it would be hilarious if the entire series ended. No, so okay, so I see March 30th. So this series will run at least two issues of it, maybe one, depending on how fast. No, maybe just one. 6 episodes. Yeah, they're just going to get 1, maybe 2 issues while this show is running. But what the hell? Who cares about timing? You generally want to put these things out ahead of time, so get some surprise, some excitement. But well, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, Jed MacKay obviously writes the regular ongoing Moon Knight series. This is just 4 issues. The Hickman story basically promises a couple kind of different things in it. So we're meant to get. Let's see, how do they describe it here in the story? Jonathan Hickman, Chris Bachalo will introduce a new Moon Knight, taking place sometime in the near future, but apparently unrelated to the recently introduced other fix of Khonshu, Hunter's Moon, which was in Jode McKay's. This is a future version of the character, not the current version, not the Mark Spector version, but a future version of the character that is undoubtedly going to be like a handy-capable, aborigine, non-binary robot dog is what we'll have there. I'm joking. It's too easy a shot. I'm sorry. I shouldn't make jokes like that. Or maybe I should. I don't know. But anyway, that's coming. That's coming in April. So we do have that to look forward to. There's been a couple other new announcements of some other things. Obviously there's the new Amazing Spider-Man, which we talked about. Or I don't think that video's landed yet because I'm really crap for putting things out. But speaking of kind of the X-Men and Hickman and House of X Powers of 10, another series is coming out. This one as well, a limited series. And this is kind of this is 5 issues, so 1 issue more than this Moon Knight series, actually. And it's going to be the 90s era X-Men. So that era, the era that, whenever somebody says 90 eras X-Men, what they mean is the one that Jim Lee launched that sold a bunch of copies with Chris Claremont. That's the X-Men, the blue and gold, that version. So the story asks a question, what if House of X occurred in the 90s? So the House of X, Jonathan Hickman kind of reimagining of the X-Men mythology happened actually in the 90s. What would that look like? It's being called X-Men 92 House of XCII, or you know what, you do the Roman numerals for yourself. So this is Steve Fox and Salvia Epson are creating the divergent world of X-Men 92, but with House of X. So it's an opportunity to, as the creator says, dip into the world that Jonathan Hickman, Teenie Howard, and Jerry Duggan created. That's an interesting combo there. All right. And that they will basically kind of reimagine what would have happened if this whole reboot, basically if the X-Men became kind of plant people cultists back in 92, what would have changed? I'll tell you that what would have changed. The sales would have tanked is what would have changed. That's the big difference that would have happened. I joke. Anyway, so brand new Moon Knight series, sort of. We need a better word than series. In my head, you say a brand new series, and I think, several comics, not a 4-issue anthology set of books. But we're getting the anthology set. Black, White, and Blood. God, I hate it so much. Is anybody loving this concept? Again, some cool art has come out of that, but this feels like a really stupid gimmick. Right? We've got it with Deadpool. We had it with Harley Quinn. We had it with Wonder Woman. We had it with Superman. Batman was in there. Wolverine. And now Moon Knight in this gimmick that really doesn't seem to sell particularly well in the stores, but why not? If you've got Jonathan Hickman and Chris Bachalo writing a story that's meant to help sell and promote the Disney Plus series, or at least not necessarily sell and promote it, but at least get some shine off of it, get some rub off that series, why wouldn't you just kind of go forward with the full color, kind of make it look as good as you can? I don't know. Chris Bachalo's work looks great in black and white, so I'm sure it will be fine, but it just feels like a weird, like if fans of the Moon Knight show are going to step into this, be like, so we're not coloring the whole thing? Is that what comic books do these days? They don't color the whole page? Okay. Anyway, are you looking forward to this? Are you going to buy it? Would you buy that X-Men 92 House of X relaunch reboot? Are you buying any of this? Let me know in the comments below. Excited for Hickman to do Moon Knight? Are you hoping that he's doing maybe this future version of Moon Knight that he's doing in the mythology of the Moon Knight is going to lead to another Moon Knight? Who knows? I'm still betting on non-binary robot dog, but we'll see. Thanks for listening.